So I'm opening the store, and I have this idea, or I had the idea, back at the end of 2023, or somewhere around the time that they announced the cats and dogs deck. Just it just came to me. I think it's actually pretty hilarious, but also something people might want. So I'm gonna give this idea away for free to Wizards. They won't really owe me for anything, so that they'll actually think about making it. Maybe they won't, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's legal reasons they just can't take ideas from people. But I disavow this idea of, I don't know, any sort of ownership. I got lots of ideas. I don't really care. I actually kind of want this to be made. So the idea is a Universes Beyond, which is what they're focusing on, and, a set of commander decks and maybe even a collector's box. And, it'll be something maybe most people don't really ever want to see in Magic the Gathering, but maybe they do. I don't know. Cats and Dogs did really well, although this is quite different because it's a property that people aren't. I don't know if they're that into it, but maybe they have. They like the old charm from their childhood, and it's a little bit nostalgic, but it's a little over the top for Magic the Gathering, which is more competitive, Anyway, so the idea was a Care Bear.
Care Bears countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Who's that coming from somewhere up in the sky?
A series of Care Bear commander decks, or 4 Care Bear commander decks. And at first it was just like, haha, that's funny. But then, as I was talking about it with people at the store, that I was just before close, as they were getting ready to, packing up, and they seemed more positive about it than I thought, because I was just making it as a joke for them to be like, oh, come on, man. But I don't know. The idea is that because of the Care Bears, basically you want to avoid or just never have them. Never have the decks really do damage to people. So what's the opposite of that? Is providing them with health. So that's what the Care Bear Stare is. The Care Bear Stare gives an opponent health. Now, the commander decks themselves have win conditions, and maybe one of the win conditions can be if your opponents have X amount more health than you, or a certain ratio of health more than you. And for the Care Bear Stare, obviously, because it's part of all of the Care Bears doing it together, the more Care Bears you add to the Care Bear Stare, the more health it adds to your opponents. Or maybe something else good. Basically, the Care Bear decks don't do anything really negative, but you have alternative win conditions based on these positive things. So, I thought that it'd be kind of cool to have the Care Bear Stare, and put 10 Care Bears into it, and it adds like 50 health to somebody, and it's just kind of ridiculous. And then you think about the individual Care Bears, and the 2 leaders, Tenderheart and Lionheart. Lionheart has courage, so he'd, I guess, he'd sort of have, maybe he'd be attacking every turn, but he's not really attacking. He's doing something every turn. Or he can block multiple opponents or something like that. Like, I think that they can do defense. Defense should be fine. And then they'd have like abilities that would do things like Sleepy Bear. Sleepy Bear would tap an opponent's creature, right? Send it to sleep. Tenderheart Bear would, I don't know, maybe he himself would just add health to your opponents on his own. And Luck Bear would, for any of the coin flip mechanics, you get to decide what the coin flip actually is once per game or something like that. I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny to have these Care Bears each having their own individual abilities, which are not, aggressive, negative abilities. And then the whole deck itself is geared towards, adding your opponent's health, and you have win conditions based on health. Or maybe there's even more win conditions you could think of for different commanders' decks, like a Lionheart deck would, I don't know, your win condition would be, I don't know, your opponent's having more creatures than you, so maybe it creates more tokens for your thing. And then, of course, different mechanics that would basically make it, incentivize your opponents to attack each other rather than you. And then the other Care Bears would have their own decks, and maybe you'd have one evil commander deck. Anyway, if you can think of some of different abilities Care Bears could have, or more things that could happen in a Care Bear commander deck, let me know. And if you think I'm a monster for even coming up with the idea, let me know about that too, because I'm pretty sure you're probably right. Have a good day.